Peter Doran joins us now. He's a senior fellow at Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Peter, I want to pick up where London just left off. So at best, we have some mixed messaging going on. You have the White House saying that it is a strategically important island nation and that they might consider using military force to take control of Greenland. Meanwhile, you have some lawmakers trying to tamp down those fears and reassure that that's not going to happen. So if you're a Greenlander, how are you supposed to interpret all of this?
Not only in Greenland, John, but also across our NATO alliance. Look, it's fair to say the militaristic language has not been useful. It's put all of our European allies unnecessarily on edge. But that said, President Trump and Senator Cruz there were highlighting something that needs to be said again. How many times have we heard that China and Xi Jinping think in terms of 100-year strategies? And too often in the West, we are too short-term in our thinking. What President Trump has done is significant. It says, let's look at Greenland 100 years from now. It's going to be the most valuable piece of real estate on the planet. We don't know how powerful China will be, and we don't know if there will be a NATO left to defend it. Better to have Greenland inside our American protective cover, not without.
Can you give us a little more background from your perspective of why Greenland is at the center of the global struggle? I know we just talked about looking 100 years down the road, but since we already have military forces there, and you heard Senator Cruz highlight some of the minerals that are there, can you talk a little bit more about its strategic vantage point?
Well, John, this is a point where President Trump this is a point that President Trump can highlight more to the American public. Right now, he's been talking about Greenland's rightful national security in importance to the United States. 100 years from now, heck, maybe even 10 years from now, the shipping lanes around Greenland are going to be critical as the ice melts. But more than that, we're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars with a T in rare and essential minerals that make modern life possible for the rest of us. Right now, it's all under the ice in Greenland, and Denmark and the Europeans just don't have the ability to develop it the way we can. I don't see this ending up as a military conflict. Frankly, I think Trump is in prime real estate wheeling and dealing mode right now. And I see a sale by Denmark to the United States as the eventual end game here.
President Trump has reportedly tied his push for Greenland to frustrations over not receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. I wonder, how does this kind of public division among Western allies look to adversaries like Russia and China that we've been talking about? And does it potentially risk weakening NATO's credibility for a larger conflict?
I see that note, which was leaked by the Europeans. It was a private note that President Trump sent. I see that note as President Trump, once again, in wheeler-dealer mode. Let's remember, when it comes to economics, he likes to escalate in order to de-escalate. And he's couched all of this, the Greenland strategy and defense of the Western Hemisphere, inside a national security strategy. Meanwhile, what are the Europeans doing? Well, they're meeting on a Sunday afternoon, sketching out their response to Trump. At every step along the way, the Europeans have been reactive. Trump has been proactive. And I think it would benefit all sides at this point to take heed from what Senator Coons said. Find the peaceful solution where all sides benefit, and I think there is a way out here.
I want to start where I want to end where we started, which is looking back at these Greenland protests and also in Denmark. What would U.S. control actually mean for the people living there? I had to look back and see what happened when we purchased Alaska, what it meant for the residents. Some, I guess, could go back to Russia, and some could receive American citizenship. So what do you think it means for the people of Greenland today?
Well, John, this is where the State Department and the White House need to get out in front, because they are losing the narrative war as we speak. Everyone in Greenland has the possibility of becoming very wealthy. We have models, not just like Alaska, where Alaskan citizens all enjoy an annual payout of the resources that are developed in their state. But we have many models, such as the Northern Mariana Islands or the Marshall Islands. Lots of examples that we can use from the past, apply to the present in Greenland.
All right, Peter Doran with Foundation for Defense of Democracies, thank you so much for your time and being with us tonight.